Alright, hush. So today it says I can graph a quadratic in vertex form. So we've graphed a quadratic in standard form when it's ax squared plus bx plus c. Today we're going to learn how to graph it in vertex form, which looks like this. So this is where our colors are going to come into play. Each letter is going to represent a different color. It's going to be great. Now you need 6 colors, and your sixth color, I want you to go ahead and color in the equal sign while we're waiting on everybody to get caught up. The parentheses, the minus. Hey, you shouldn't be talking. The squared and the plus. So what we're going to do with vertex form is we're going to talk about what each letter does to the graph. Tomorrow. When we get back from spring break, we're moving them. Yes. Alright, so this is vertex form. It has parentheses, it has a squared, it has a number outside, and a number out front. And we're going to talk about what each letter does. Now let's start with A. If there's a number out front, usually it stretches it or widens it. Or if it's a negative, what does it do to the graph? If the number in front of x squared is negative, what does it do? Yes, both of you take a point. Alright, so if the absolute value of A, whatever A is, if it's greater than 1, it stretches the graph and makes it more narrow. So if this was 4, it would make it more narrow, or narrower. If this was 7, it would make it narrower. But when does it widen it? When it's less than 1. Take a point, Sarah, for being able to read the paper and where I'm pointing. It's crazy. And if A is less than 0, it's inverted, which means that it looks like this. I don't know why you had to yell it.
Well, listen, I need to go get some water too. I'm out there. I want you to practice. It's just that I was.
What is on your shirt?
Huh?
You been telling this stuff?
I can practice some water.
You're fine. Alright, so now let's look at our X. So A makes it narrow if it's greater than 1, wider if it's less than 1, or flips it upside down if it's negative.
It was some.
Your crackers?
No, it was. No. Some just a link.
Right? Alright, so X. X is your input, and what's another name for input?
Output.
That doesn't even make any sense.
That's the opposite.
Input and domain. Thank you, Sarah, again, for being able to read your notes. Take another point. The rest of y'all can't. I don't know what y'all doing.
Hey, bro, I got held back first grade.
Right, we in the 10th now.
I mean, I won't be able to read.
Alright, so the X values are what you put into the graph, or put into the function, and the Y values are what you put out. So what is another name for Y, or input, rather? Range. Look at us being able to read. Take a point. Now, do the X and Y actually do anything to our graph, or are those just coordinates? Those are just coordinates. Take a point. So the A, the H, and the K are what does stuff to our graph.
You left me.
I did.
I need you to go back up.
No.
To the Y.
We got to keep going.
Please.
We got to keep going. Like, I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Alright, the next letter that I need. Where's whistling? Stop. I don't know what part of stop we don't get, but we got to stop. Alright, the next letter is H. Now in vertex form, H and K are the two most important ones. And H is inside the parentheses, right? So down here at the bottom, you take H out of the parentheses, and you take the opposite. Can you two stop talking? And if I have to ask you again, you're both getting detention. Do you understand? Alright, now you take H out of the parentheses and you take the opposite sign. So if it's a minus, that means it's positive, and you move it to the right. If it's positive, that means it's negative, and you move it to the Alright, and on what axis do we move it? Stop doing that or you get detention. What axis is left and right? We have two axes. We have the x-axis and the y-axis. So which way is left and right?
X.
Hallelujah. Alright, H is also the x value of your vertex. Crazy. So what do you think K is going to be? If H is x, what's K? Y. Take a point. Alright, and if H moves it left and right, what is... If that moves through on my wall, I'm going to be so upset at you. Go sit down. Go sit down.
I'm behind.
Go sit down and get caught up. Alright. If H moves it left or right, what does K do? Moves it up and down. Take a point. So if K is positive, how does it move our function?
Okay, you let me.
Hacia arriba.
Good, take a point. And if K is negative, what does it move? How does it move it? Abajo. Down. Good, take a point. So if K is positive, it moves it up. We can also read our notes where it tells us that. It's crazy. And if K is negative, it moves it down. Now, let's look at our problem right here. Do they give us H or K or A? Or a combination? Right here in this example. If it's inside the parentheses, is it H or K? H. So what is our H value? So when you take it the opposite sign, that makes it positive 6. Alright, and what's our K? In English, por favor. So that means we're going to go right 6 and down 2, and that's our vertex. Ta-da! We just found our vertex. I found my vertex because I was paying attention. So I took the opposite of this. What's the opposite of negative 6? Man, look at me go. And then I take this. Yep, and write it as a coordinate. That's all it is. Alright, example 2. What does this 2 in front do to the graph? No. Is this A, H, or K? A. It's A. Alright? And when A is greater than 1, what does it do? Look at the thing. Look at your notes where we talked about A. It makes it narrower. So when it's greater than 1, it makes it narrower. So 2 is going to make it narrower. What is our X value of our vertex? Is it positive 1 or negative 1? Negative, because you take the opposite. And then what's your Y value? Positive 1. No, because that was a struggle. So remember, inside the parentheses, you take the opposite. Outside, you take what it is. Is everybody ready to do some graphs?
Question.
Yes.
I would just color the color of those, like just, you know. Cause you kind of color like these like letters or whatever.
I did?
Or you just color just the color.
No. We're color coding our notes so that we know the blue, that's our A. We go and find what it says about A. And then, so if I gave us y equals 4 x minus 7 squared plus 3. So I color coded it so that I know to look here. This is my A because it's the same color, right? So does this 4, is it greater than 1, less than 1, or negative? So is it going to make it narrower, wider, or flip it? Narrower. So this makes it, that's a hard word to say. This makes it more narrow. How about we change it to more narrow? All right? The 7 is in the position of H. So we're going to look down at our notes and see what it tells us about H.
I got it.
It says if it's x minus, then H is positive, right? So is our vertex the x value positive 7 or negative 7? Positive, because you take the opposite. So are we going to go left 7 or right 7? Right 7. And then this, is it our H or our K? Because it's the same color. And it's going to move it up 3.
See, I thought you colored it.
Just
I knew it was color. I knew it.
She told us to pull colors out, bro.
Does it help now? Can we see it all together? Okay, so now let's flip. Now remember, inside the parentheses, remember what color that is on your paper. So find this color for H. Whatever color you use for H. I use this fuchsia color. So you find your H color. So everybody ready? Find your H color. Are we ready? Do we need a mo? What's happening? Some of us need a mo.
Respire. Inhale. Exhale.
What?
Inhale. Exhale.
What?
Inhale. Exhale.
Oh, yes, I know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I need to do some yoga so I can calm down, not throat punch y'all. Are we ready now? Alright. We're going to start with our horizontal, which is our H. So highlight the arrow in whatever color you use for H. And remember, we take the opposite of this, correct? Yes, no, maybe. Okay? So when H is positive, does it shift the graph to the left or to the right?
Right.
To the right. And it shifts it H units, so whatever H is. When H is negative, what does it do?
Positive.
When H is negative,
Uh-huh.
in English,
Left means left.
thank you. Alright, so this is going to only be dealing with our H. And we know that it's a horizontal translation if it's inside parentheses. Flip open your foldable. Do you see how this is inside the parentheses? That means that it's our H. So highlight the number in whatever color you chose for H. Now the vertex form shifts from the parent function. And who remembers what the parent function is? No. Close, but no. It's a specific function. It's a specific graph. What is our parent function?
La menos B.
No. Y equals...
Por eso, y equals negative B.
That is our parent function. That's on slope-intercept form, but we're doing quadratics. So what's our parent function on quadratics? The first... Nope. Nope. X squared. Take a point. X squared.
Apenas que lo había visto.
Then you should... That's fine. She's using her notes. I don't know what you're so mad about. You didn't say it. Alright, so our parent function is x squared. And look, it gave us x squared to start with. So we're going to graph this. And I'm graphing this one in blue. Each of my graphs is going to be a different color. Each of your graphs needs to be a different color. Does everybody understand? Alright, now what is my vertex on my parent function? My vertex. Are there any numbers beside this? No. So it's 0, 0.
Oh.
Sweet baby Jesus. Alright. Now, who remembers what we did after we found our vertex before to get to our next point?
I remember.
But what did I do?
One.
One up, one right. Good. Take a point. And then one up and one
Yeah, and
left.
left.
Alright, and after we did 1, 1, what did we do besides
One.
4? Hey,
4.
up 4.
And
Right
2.
two.
Right 2. Good. Take a point. And you also do it to the left. And if you don't know where those numbers come, let me show you this fun trick. Lists are perfect squares for me. It's 1, 4, 9, 16. So you go up your perfect squares. What's the square root of 1?
1.
What's the square root of 4? What's the square root of 9? What's the square root of 16? That's where the left and right comes from. So you go up your perfect squares, left or right your counting numbers. Every time. Every time. Alright, do I connect it with a U or a V? A U, and if it's a V, it's wrong. Alright, so now I'm going to graph my next one in this bright pink color. What is my H value this time? Positive 3. We take the opposite. Okay? The opposite. So am I going to go left or right?
Right.
Right, because it's positive. Now, it says when H is positive, the graph shifts to the right. So if you need to be helped or mine, just close your foldable. We're going to go right 3. 1, 2, 3. We don't go up or down because we don't have anything on the outside, so it stays on the axis. Is everybody with me? Does everybody see where we got positive 3 from? ¿Por qué no? Okay.
Okay, it's changed.
It's the opposite. The opposite of this. Okay? So since it's negative 3, the opposite is positive 3. I need you to say it to me. Not her to say it to me. Thank you. Alright, and then what do we do from there?
So vertex. No.
I plotted my vertex. What do I do? Up 1 and then... Okay, children. This is how we're going to say it. We're going to quietly raise our hand and not be psychos. And then we're going to say up 1 and right 1. Up 1 and left 1. Now, who can raise their hand and tell me what we do after 1? Damien. Thank you. Take a point. And then Ever, do I also have to go to the left?
In English.
En inglés, por favor. You can't say 2. You can't say 2. That's a Spanish word as well. You can't say. I'm done with you. You know math either. All right. And do we connect it with a U or a V? Jorge, be nice. All right, next one. Nick, is my vertex a positive 2 or a negative 2? We said that before, right? We have to take the opposite. So, negative 2. And so do I move to the left or to the right? Nick is telling me, not y'all. Look at you go. Take a point. And I go left 2. And you use your notes. Awesome. All right, Mackenzie. Do you see why we went left here?
Gang member.
So we take the opposite. Do we need to write down opposite at the top, y'all?
Look at you go.
All right. Elias, tell me what to do now. In English.
Yo.
Yes, Elias.
Oh.
Elias, no.
Not whichever. One up and one right.
Okay, and then
And one up otra vez and one left.
take a point. Look at you go.
Otra vez. No.
All right, Jadani, can you tell me what to do after I go up one, right one? Yes, and then right two. Good. Take a point. And do I also go to the left? Yes. Do I connect it with a U or a V?
You.
A U. Is it correct if it's a V? No. All right, I want you to do the last one without me. Take the opposite of what's inside. Do the last one without me, child. Mace? One is blue? Yeah? Right here? Okay.
Eso es como, nomás lo raya como por marcando de qué color es.
Gracias. Were you asking why I put blue there? Okay. You're fine now. He's explained it. We're fine. Alright, have y'all graphed this last one?
Sí, yo se la digo.
Yeah, Ludwin's helping me with this one. Ludwin, is it a negative one or a positive one? Uno positivo. So do I go derecha or izquierda? You gotta tell me, who are you telling over there? I need to know. Gracias. Alright? Thank you, Ludwin. You get a point. Reggie, tell me what to do from here.
Down one, right one.
What have we been doing every time from our vertex?
Come on up, bro. You got it, bro. Come on back here.
No, it's not his question. It's your question.
Man, but I get that right by you.
So you haven't been paying attention this whole time or last period? Cool. Sarah, help us.
Okay, so up one, left one, and then up one, right one, and then go up.
Wait. Good. Say a point. All right. Eric, tell me what I do next. I went up one, right one, up one, left one. Now what do I do? Cuatro. Arriba, abajo.
Para abajo.
I just heard this.
Para abajo.
Arriba. And then I go left, right? What do I do now? Okay, thank you. Did anybody graph that right without me? Take a point. Okay. I'm sorry, why?
I went down one, over right down.
Why? It's not negative.
I got confused. I'm sorry.
Are you better now? Are you sure? Okay, go up, 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 up. If this is positive, go up. That's okay. Don't say you're sorry. There's nothing to be sorry about. I just want to make sure we understand where we messed up. Are you better now?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure? Okay. All right, now find the color that you used for K. Whatever color you used for K, so I used purple. And highlight, well, mine's a dark purple, so it's not really highlighting, but outline the K in whatever color you use for K. Elias,
What's up?
if I have to tell you to be quiet one more time, that's attention. Alright, so when K is positive, how does the graph shift? En inglés, por favor. Gracias. Up. Can you get that out of your mouth? Why do I have to tell you that every day? Thank you. Alright, Sarah, if K is negative. Sarah, you have a manly voice that has a Spanish accent all of a sudden.
Does my graph shift K units down?
Yes, take a point. Now, the way you know that they've given you K is if it's on if there's no parentheses or if it's on the outside of parentheses. Does everybody understand? So K is on the outside of the parentheses or with no parentheses. Open this. Now, how do we know that they gave us K? Take a point. Alright, highlight your K in whatever color you chose for K. And do we take the opposite on this, or do we use the same sign? Nope. Use the same sign. Alright, now what does this always shift from? What is the beginning function that it shifts from? Starts with a P. It is a parabola, but what is the name of the base function? Parent function. Take a point. And this is our parent function, y equals x squared. Y equals x squared is our parent function. Y equals x squared is our parent function. Y equals x squared is our parent function. Chandler, what is the vertex of our parent function?
You can go one.
Baby, we on number 1.
Yeah, you can go.
Do we have any numbers out here?
No.
So what's the vertex?
Nothing.
Well, that's not... Alright, Chandler. Now tell me what to do from here.
Alright, then you're going step 2 is, you know what I'm saying, it's number 2 on page. Yeah, you going
No, child. After we plot our vertex, what do we do?
you can go to number 4. That was the point there. Alright, well, you going step 2.
We do the same thing every time, and we've now done 4 graphs. And we've been doing it for a month.
Oh, we doing the same thing? Yes. Well, why you tell me that you going hey, it's sun outside, don't it?
Eric, for the love of God, help us. Good. Take a point. No, you didn't. All right. Rebecca, help us with the next set of points that we do.
You go up 4 and right 2 again.
Look at you go. Take a point.
I got my notes up, so we happy with that.
I don't even know what words you just said.
I'm speaking slang.
No, you mutter.
Hey, what I told you about coming, bro?
All right, now let's do number 2. Does K move the graph up, down, left, or right? Up and down. Good. Take a point. Now, does this +1 ever, is it going to move it up or down?
Up.
Up. How many units? Uno. Good. So I'm going to put a dot right here. No, on this one, the sign stays the same. So let's write that. Sign stays the same. So you go up 1, and you put a dot. Mary, do you remember what we do from this point? You go up 1, and then
Yes, ma'am.
to the right? Good. Take a point. And do I also go to the left? Yes. Awesome. All right, Ethan, tell me what to do after I go up one, right one.
That's easy, bro. I'm not doing it.
No, be quiet. He's answering this one. I went up one, right one. Now what do I do next?
Up one, left one.
I did that. Now what do I do next? What's my next perfect square after one?
Tail.
The perfect square. Look to the look to the right. After one, what's your next perfect square?
4.
Okay, so do I go up 4 or down 4?
Up.
And then I go to the right how many?
4. Oh, I'm sorry,
Nope.
bro. Oh no, never mind. No, listen.
What's the square root of 4?
15.
2.
Alright, yo, what I'm talking about, bro.
Take a point, Ethan.
Wait a minute.
And then connect with a U. You couldn't even tell me that the vertex was a 0, 0, child. Sit there and be quiet.
I'm so wait.
Oh, you're going to help us with the next one, don't worry.
I ain't even talking. I promise.
I meant to give you the problem. Alright, so is my negative 2. Am I going to keep the sign the same?
See?
Yes. Chandler, does that move it up or down or left or right? Close the flappy and see what it says.
Me? I don't know. I'm trying to. Oh, we on step 4, right? Step in. We on step 3. We on step 3. I got
It's not
it.
a step, it's a problem 3.
Problem 3 then. Anyway, so we gonna go up. You gonna go up 3. You go up 2.
No, you go down.
Where are you seeing a 3?
Why?
Oh, it's a negative 2. Yeah, you gonna go down 2.
Over.
And then you gonna go over 1. What? And go up 1. There you go. And this time you gonna go left 2. I mean left 1. And then go up 1.
Up and then left.
Okay, so we just gotta go like that. You can go up 1 and then left 1. And then after that, you can go up about 3. And then go over. Go over 1. Stop right there. You see like the left dot, while we get the left dot, you can go up 3 from there. And you can go 2 from there.
He's holding the fingers up to help you.
Hey, yeah. Hey, I don't believe it. I was just playing all that kind of. You gonna go up 4.
You go up 4, thank God. And then
Over 2.
there's not over's not a direction.
Left 2.
And then
Right 2.
hallelujah, take a point.
We did it all by myself.
Was 6 one of those? One of those perfect squares? Yeah, okay. Alright,
Bây giờ là tí vào đó.
I'll take it.
Okay, do the last one without me. Oh,
No?
what?
Để đấy.
Number 4 without me. You already did it? Good. In a minute. Let everybody have a chance to graph it. Tengo hombre.
Chưa thằng biết. Everybody.
57, like we do every day for the past 2 years. 2 years, Natalie.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this one right. Hey, let me do them first.
And let me do them first.
Elias is going to start us, and then you're going to tell us the next one. He's going to do the vertex in the first point, and you're going to tell me the second point.
I just seen the other.
No, no. All right, Elias, start me off.
One
Okay, and then?
down. One up, one right,
Good.
one up, one left.
Good, take a point. All right, Damien, tell me the next one.
I gonna be
Wait. Did everybody get this part?
Mm-hmm.
Are we sure? Mackenzie, are you good, babe?
No, ma'am.
Okay, what part, honey? You're just still breathing over there? Needing a minute?
I'll tell you
Needing
that.
some quiet time? Same, boo-boo.
Hey, go up four.
All right, Damien, tell me what to do.
up on right two and up four left two.
Exactly. I just said it.
Up down right three. Up down left three. You done?
Más aún son 9, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
9.
Got it.
9, 3. Ahorita vamos.
1, 4, 9.
¿Por qué?
1, 2, 3, because it's the next perfect square. You don't have to do that. He was just feeling fancy and wanted to. You don't have to go up that. I don't know why you're making that hateful face.
Yo disparo, ¿ok?
Okay. Are you ready for your homework?
Hey, that easy. I get this.
All right, no homework if you clean up your desk. No homework if you clean up. Put markers back in the marker box. Clean up.